Happy Wednesday, Buffs. It's Miss Roberts. I am excited to show you something in math that I'm seeing some of you get tricked on. So remember, a couple months ago, we talked about this type of math called arrays. So arrays are a way to show equal groups. So right now, I know this is an array because if I look at it, it's in the shape of a rectangle or square, and it's showing equal groups. I also remember that arrays have rows that go side to side and columns that go up and down. I think about rows, about like sitting in music class. You all sit in chairs that are in rows. And I think of columns like a building, something that helps a building stay up and down. So if I look at this array right here, I see that there's a row and then another row. So right now I see two rows of 3. So this array has 2 rows of 3. I can also look at it the same way with the columns. So I know that columns go up and down. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 columns that go up and down. Now in the rows, I had 3 in each row, but in my column, I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I have 3 columns of 2. Both of these can help me find the total. I could skip count by 3s, 3, 6, the total is 6. Or I could skip count by 2s, 2, 4, 6. Either way, it helps me find the total of this array. So remember, rows go side to side and columns go up and down. It might ask you in math today to change the total. So you might have a total already, and then it's going to ask you to change it. So let's look at this array right here. Before I even change it, I'm going to just see if I can figure out the total. Well, I see 3 rows of 3. So I could skip count by 3. 3, 3, 3, or 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 equals 9. But it might say like, hey, add 1 more column. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wow, I changed the columns, and now let's see. I still have 3 in there, but now each of these rows don't have 3 anymore. Each of the rows have 4. And now I have 4 different columns, not 3. I changed the total of the array, but I made sure that when I added the column, it was equal. Today, it might ask you to add columns or rows, and you need to think, is it equal? Am I adding the same amount? Then after you add it, I want you to count the total again and see what total makes sense or what number sentence makes sense for the new total. One other quick thing is in EL, you all were asked to draw scientific butterflies. And I got a lot of pictures that look like this. Is that scientific, Buffs? If you looked at a butterfly outside in your backyard right now or outside on the street, is it going to look like this? No. So we want to make sure that we are drawing it scientifically. We're thinking about the shapes. We're thinking about if it has a hairy body, how many legs does it have? Does it have antennas? What designs are on the wings? We're not thinking, is it cute? Because butterflies aren't that cute. We're thinking, what does it really, really look like? Today I'm looking in your math and I'm making sure that you're really thinking about those rows and columns. And I'm also looking at your reading to make sure that you're thinking, am I being a scientist? You guys are crushing it. Happy Wednesday. I hope we see you at our lunch today at noon. Bye, Buffs.